Hi everyone, Cohh here with another video, but this time it's a little bit different. This is on if I'm going to be playing a game called Atomic Heart. This is a game that I've been looking forward to for 5 years. It basically fits everything I love. It's super weird and sci-fi. It's an immersive sim style game. It looks absolutely bonkers crazy. It's got Mick Gordon on the music. This combines pretty much everything I love in gaming into one package. So, why am I even making this video? Well, that's because unfortunately we live in a day and age where sometimes games just can't be games. There are real world events that are tied to them. Now, there are a plethora of opinions, especially considering we just had this big game called Hogwarts Legacy, which had its own maelstrom of issues associated with it. There's a huge gambit of opinions on if real world issues belong in the decision making process to purchase a game. And you're going to find different answers all over the spectrum. You're going to find absolutely you should boycott games. You're going to find no, they shouldn't belong in games at all, and just games are games and all sorts of things. So basically, I am here to tell you my side, what I personally am doing, and then you can make the decision if you want to watch my playthroughs, continue doing whatever you want to do. Because again, that's all we can do. We are all individuals in this, make our own decisions. So before I start, let me say this. I'm the type of person that does not ever, in any situation, boil someone down to a single decision if I can ever help it. I believe people are around on this planet for countless years, making thousands and thousands of decisions, and those all add up to the type of person they are. People make mistakes, and people make sometimes options that they themselves might not even like, but that doesn't make a binary decision process of, oh, you bought or played this game, you are a label. I hate that stuff. I've always hated that stuff, and I will continue to hate that stuff. Again, I believe people are a nice big shade of gray, and that all the decisions add up to that point. So in that regard, that's where we are with that. Second of all, in this particular case with Atomic Heart, the main issue is that there are Russian interests in the financial processes that support Atomic Heart. That means that in today's current events, Russia is invading a country called Ukraine, pretty much unilaterally decided in a completely un-okay manner. And by buying Atomic Heart, you are supporting this war effort. Now, like I said, as people are giant shades of gray, so are dev teams and the way that they run their products. Mundfish, the devs, have publicly said that they are wanting to distance themselves from this. They don't have any stake in this, idealistically, and most importantly, have not shown any support for it. Now, of course, people have been saying, well, they certainly haven't denounced it, but they're also a company that has lots of ties to Russia. So it, may not be in their interest to come out in that regard directly. However, they have not publicly supported it, and that's a big deal to me. Companies in the past have publicly supported politics that I don't agree with. And when a company takes the stance to inject themselves into politics, that's when I feel consumers need to kind of decide if they want to really factor that into that dev's decision. However, if they make the public stance that, look, we just want to make games and play games, this is up to you, that's a different thing in my mind. That's one of those shades of gray that I have to consider. So here is where I stand with Atomic Heart. I will be playing Atomic Heart. I've been looking forward to this game for 5 years. All the investors were locked in before the war happened. I will probably be playing on Game Pass to minimize my impact. And also, I will be doing personal things that I feel are the right way to go about this to try to alleviate to try to balance the scales in that regard. Personally, I'm donating $10,000 to a website called savelife.in.ua, and I will be letting people know that if they want to play Atomic Heart, but also attempt to balance their own scales, that they can join that cause in supporting Ukraine directly. I want to make it clear that I stand with Ukraine. That's where I stand. I always have, I always will. In fact, when all this war started, we removed some of our emotes, our Cohh emotes and such, in solidarity of that. Now, these are my decisions that I'm taking. Am I going to tell you you need to think how I do? No. Are you going to boycott Atomic Heart? That's fine. That's your prerogative. I'm not here to convince you otherwise. I'm doing what I'm doing, and I hope you respect that. You do what you do, and I will respect that. So on that note, we're going to be promoting that link through the duration of our Atomic Heart playthrough, and possibly after as well. I personally am making a donation myself, and I would encourage you guys that feel the same way I do, who are kind of conflicted on this, but still want to just enjoy the game, to possibly follow me in doing that. And if you don't, that's okay too. I would love to say that there are no politics in video games. But the reality of the situation is that games have politics in them because humans have politics in them, and humans are in games. I mean, there are entire games, there are entire franchises that are basically revolve around politics, even if it's not overt. This is just how it works. However, that being said, I like to keep my channel, my little haven on the internet, as religion-free, as politic-free, and as real-world issue-free as I possibly can. I like my channel to be a place where people from everywhere can come and just enjoy video games for what they are and not have to deal with all of the outside pressure that the world is constantly putting on us. That being said, during my playthrough, we are going to ask that you please keep politic talk, real-world issue talk out of the chat. We're going to focus on the game. We're going to keep talking about the game, and my mods are going to help me do that. So anyway, I hope this video gives you a little bit of insight on my thinking process. If you disagree with me, I understand. There's no right issue here. In my opinion, there's no perfect way to do this. There are absolutely ways to handle it, but I don't feel any of them are perfect, especially if you really, really want to play a game that you've been looking forward to for 5 years. But that's where I am. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, you can send me PMs on Twitter, on Discord, or on Twitch. I will do my best to get back to you, and I'm happy to discuss this stuff if you would like to go further with it. And again, just as I want to finish out the video, if you are also interested in helping me support the Ukrainian cause, you can go to savelife.in.ua. That is a charity that, after I tweeted out, a lot of people recommended as a great way to directly support the cause, and you can do your own stuff from there. Anyway, that's it, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later for more fun and games. Bye-bye. Okay. That is going to go on YouTube. And actually, you know what? Let's not end the video there quite yet. I do want to say this on YouTube. I do want this part to go on YouTube. I don't do this often, but I am going to disable the comments on this YouTube video. Again, if you'd like to discuss it, I'd much rather you do it with me personally. And I don't necessarily want to have a video where it just devolves into internet opinionated back and forthness. Because frankly, I hate that stuff. I really do. I'd much rather people have actual discussions and work it out. And little quips, comments on the internet, it's not the place to do it. So I hope you guys forgive me on YouTube. And again, if you do have any questions, please feel free to contact me privately and directly. We'll figure it out. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.